Hi guys, this is Beth with Something Better, and I'm spending a little bit of time in my plant layer. I hope the lights aren't a little bit too much for you, but they're great for the plants. So what I'm doing right now, since I'm done with selling all of my fall vegetable starts for people's gardens, I can devote some more time to starting uh, greens for my mixed salad green subscription service. So this is going to be really exciting. I'm really enjoying all the mixed salads that I've been producing out of my Kratky hydroponics system. And what I get to do starting in October is um, have a subscription to where people are getting a bag a week that I deliver to their house of mixed salad greens that are grown organically in the hydroponic system. And so what I'm going to do is every week I will start new seed, and then the next week I will transfer the seedlings that are ready into the hydroponic system. So they get started as tiny little seedlings in these blue trays, and the medium that I use is cocoa coir, and it's a very fine medium, so it's really great for the seedlings. So I start the seedlings in this cocoa coir, and then once they are big enough, I will, let me show you. So once they get nice and big, I transfer them out of this cocoa coir into the Kratky system, and I do that by very carefully picking them out of the material, preserving as many of the roots as I possibly can. And when I take that out, then I pop it into a pool noodle, which is what holds the seedling very delicately, because it doesn't, it's squishy and it doesn't crush the seedling or the roots. So I transfer it to a pool noodle into the trays. Let me show you what the trays look like. So if you look on my channel, you'll see my review of these trays, which I got from Bootstrap Farmer. So these fit very nicely in the 10-20 trays I already had for holding my seedlings. And these holes are perfect for holding the pool noodles, which hold the seedlings, and suspend them perfectly above the nutrient which is in the tray underneath it. So what I'm going to be doing for the next hour and a half as I sit here and listen to my podcasts is transfer the seedlings that are ready into the Kratky system. And once these seedlings get into the Kratky system, they really take off in growth. They grow really fast. And that's going to be great because I'm going to be starting the subscription service for the organic salad greens starting in October. So all of these will be nice and big and lush and ready for that in just a few weeks. So that's what I'm doing tonight, and you can join me. Okay, so I have a little pile of pool noodles that I sanitize and just reuse each time. And I have my butter knife, which is, I've used a lot of different tools for pulling out seedlings. And what I keep going back to is just a basic butter knife, and it just works really well. So I'm going to put some music or something in here and speed this up so you can just watch me do this without it being boring. So this is the tray of mixed kale that I've already transplanted most of this tray. I just have a few left to do, and so that's what I'm working on right now. So I try to be really careful, just fluffing up the medium so I get as much of the roots. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? I get as much of the roots as I can on the seedling. And then I'm going to go ahead and just lay it into the pool noodle. I'll hold it with my hand. And then I'll get the little, this is an extra piece of pool noodle that got cut out of this. I've got other videos further back on my channel that shows how I cut up the pool noodles. and how they go together to hold the seedling. But I'm just using this little piece to gently hold that seedling at the right height. See it? It's just kind of like in a little lifesaver. And his roots are hanging down here. So these roots are going to be hanging into the nutrient while the plant is reaching up for these lights that are blinding you behind me. So, and now I'm just going to take this guy and firmly place him into the tray up here. And he's just going to sit there nicely and happily and growing. And pretty soon he'll be tall like this one right here. So that's what we're doing. Now some of these seedlings, I'm not going to need this many. I am notorious for over-seeding my little blue trays. So luckily there's still time for my fall garden out in the yard. So whatever seedlings don't fit in my tray, I'm going to go ahead and transplant them out into the garden because there's still a lot of time for especially these frost hardy kales to grow big and strong and give me a good harvest this season in the garden. A lot of times these gangly seedlings like to, I call it hold hands, they like to intertwine their leaves with each other, which makes it kind of finicky and hard to gently pull them out without doing any damage to the leaves. But I just find that if you take a little patience and again using that butter knife to just kind of separate the plants, you can separate them without doing any damage to the leaves. You just need to be patient because they're used to holding on to each other while they're growing, so you need to let them know it's okay to let go. What I love about this is that there is so many different plants that you can grow this way, and they grow well together. And when you take a little bit of foliage from a lot of different kinds of plants, you can create a really amazing mixed salad, nutrient-wise, that is both powerful nourishment for your body as well as pleasing to the senses. Many different flavors, many different colors and textures, all in one salad. And the fact that we're able to do that through technology of having these lights and having fans going, electricity, and the good gifts that we have in modern day America, we're able to feed ourselves such a wonderful variety even through the coldest days of the winter. So that's one of the things I'm hoping to offer people with my salad subscription. So some of the plants that we have here that's already been started, we have arugula, we have the various kinds of mixed kale, including dinosaur kale, we have red Russian kale. It might sound familiar because they are plants that I also started and sold as garden starts in the spring and grew in my own garden. And a lot of times plants that you can start in the spring, you can also start in the fall. So we have various kinds of kale. We also have romaine lettuce, as well as some miniature lettuces that will grow really fast in this system, such as Tom Thumb lettuce and red romaine as well. Because what's a salad without a little bit of lettuce, right? It's fun to have all these strange and amazing foliage that we can add to our salads, but nobody wants to eat an entire bowl of nasturtium leaves, right? Or do we? So the bok choy adds a wonderful texture and color to the salad, and the red mustard has a little bit of a bite, and again, a completely different nutrient profile. So the key to a mixed salad is incorporating lots of different colors, lots of textures, lots of flavors. So a nice mix of things that have a sweet, mild flavor, as well as things that are a little bit peppery, things that are a little bit sulfury in the case of brassicas, And the combination of that, you know, if you had it, like I said, if you had an entire bowl of nasturtium leaves, it would be very overpowering. But if you have a nasturtium leaf along with a tom thumb lettuce leaf, along with a red Russian kale or a little piece of amaranth and some spinach, all together in one salad, it's quite interesting and pleasing, as well as being better for your body. So you're getting a lot of nutrients that you wouldn't find in just a bowl of romaine or a bowl of iceberg, heaven forbid. So, so that's one of the reasons why having a mixed green salad is so much better for you than just your standard lettuce salad. Sorrels contribute a nice lemony flavor to a salad. We're almost done with this tray. We just have a couple more spots. So here we have one of our last little seedlings that we're going to put in this tray. I still have lots of little blue seedling trays to go through and put into the crack key system. But I'll let you go for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and listen to some podcasts and kind of zone out and get into the zone. I get kind of a rhythm going where I just transfer them each into the system. And but I like being able to do it this way because I'm able to give each plant individual attention during the transplant process, and I find that I have really good results with plants thriving in the crack key system and then coming out nice and healthy on the other end, whether it's to be a garden start for putting in my garden or selling to local club members, or in this case, harvesting the greens to deliver to people for their salads through the winter. So I feel really happy and blessed to be able to do this in the place that I am here, and thank you for coming along and being part of it with me. So hope you subscribe and like this video and share it with people who you think would be interested in what's going on here. And I hope you have a good night. Thank you.